best gymnasts in the USA, like Brandy Johnson and Margaret Hewlett. In the first round, Brandy Johnson set 4 individual scoring records for this meet, including a near-perfect 9.9 on floor. Her opponent today is Margaret Hewlett. She is a strong vaulter who scored a 9.8. She, too, was unstoppable in the first round, sweeping all 4 events. For the men, we will see Lance Ringnald against Kyle Asano. Lance Ringnald impressed the judges at the Coliseum with a 9.8 performance on the high bar. He won the all-around by more than 2 points. Kyle Asano came on strong with a flawless floor exercise routine that gave him an early first-round lead. Despite a fall on the pommel horse, he still managed to win his first-round battle. The competition is getting stronger, but the rules remain the same. Only the winner moves on. ESPN, the Total Sports Network, and the United States Gymnastics Federation present the 1989 U.S. Challenge. This is the beginning of the semifinals. Today's matchups feature Brandy Johnson against Margaret Hewlett for the women, and on the men's side, Lance Ringnald against Kyle Asano. Welcome to the Denver Coliseum. For those of you that have been with us for the past 6 Friday nights, you have met the new gymnasts on the American scene. For those of you joining us for the first time, you're about to meet the best and brightest USA gymnasts that the USA has to offer. Hello, everyone. I'm Leandra Riley, and this is the first of 3 semifinal matchups coming your way on Friday nights on ESPN. Let me introduce to you our expert analyst for this telecast, Olympian Bart Connor. And Bart, let's first talk about the men's matchup. This is the first semifinal. It'll be the first time we get to see the gymnasts for the second time in a stronger competition setting. We have a very strong matchup on the men's side.
Kyle Asano is from the Stanford Gymnastics Center. He's a really bright young gymnast, but he's going to get more than he ever bargained for because he's going to have to go against Lance Ringnald, and he's currently the top guy in the U.S. program, really on top of his game, and certainly Lance is the guy to beat.
On the women's side, we have a very strong gymnast, Brandy Johnson, going up against Margaret Hewlett.
And Margaret is a big vaulter. She got a 9.8 in the preliminary rounds, and she looks very strong. She'll have to not make any mistakes and hope that Brandy makes a mistake if she's going to keep close contest with her.
All right, again, it is a semifinal competition. The winners will advance to the finals. The losers, well, they will go home. When we come back, it's head-to-head gymnastics from Denver, Colorado.
Wish you were here.
Welcome back to Denver, Colorado for the 1989 U.S. Gymnastics Challenge. For those of you that have not been watching gymnastics every Friday night here on ESPN, let us explain our format. We began with 12 female gymnasts. They went head-to-head on 6 consecutive shows. We have now moved into our second round, and you can see there are 6 semifinalists. Tonight, we will be focusing on Johnson and Hewlett. Brandy Johnson against Margaret Hewlett will be tonight's telecast. Next Friday, you can see the next semifinal matchup, and the following Friday, the third, and so forth. On the men's side, it pretty much was the same story. We began with 12 male gymnasts who competed on 6 consecutive Friday nights here on ESPN, and only 6 have advanced to our semifinal round. Tonight, it is semifinal number 1, Lance Ringnald against Kyle Asano. Next Friday night, you can catch the other semifinal, and so forth. But right now, let's begin with our men's competition. We are following the Olympic rotation. Floor exercise is the first event, and Lance Ringnald is our first competitor.
This will be an interesting matchup between Ringnald and Asano, especially on the floor exercise, because coming into this round, their qualifying scores, Lance had a 9.55, and this is one of Kyle's best events. He had a 9.3, so they're pretty evenly matched on floor exercise to open the competition.
Lance Ringnald was a member of our 1988 Olympic team. At 18 years of age, he was the youngest member of the team.
What a beautiful mount. That's a laid out 1.5 twisting, 1 and 3. Tremendous leg flexibility, and the side splits pressed to a handstand. And look at that flexibility there. By doing a press to handstand, he fulfills a requirement that the judges are looking for. He has to do a strength move, and a press to handstand on floor fulfills that requirement. His second pass, front through to double full, punch front 1 1/4. Nice. have between 50 and 70 seconds to complete the exercise. This is also a requirement. A 1 foot or 1 arm balance has to be performed. Most gymnasts use a Y scale there in the corner to fulfill that requirement and catch their breath for the last tumbling run. Oh! Almost sat down in that tuck double back. He was really airborne in that. A little higher than he thought he was going to be.
What a great Y scale he had, though, in the corner. So, such flexibility, such a great setup, and then too bad he finished like that.
This is a really nice move. He does 1.5 twists, 1 3/4 flips. Notice he's laid out and then pikes only just a little bit. And the last part of the element, really nice work to a straddle jump punch front. His second run, good combination of front tumbling there with a front step out through to back tumbling here. Double full back to front tumbling, a punch, front 1 1/4. Good combination.
Great form throughout, and the score that Lance Ringnald received for his floor exercise routine, 9.45. A little bit less than what he achieved in the first round. That might open the door for Kyle Asano. Now, it is head-to-head competition, but the 6 apparatus are not judged separately. What matters here is the all-around total. The 6 scores will be added together, and whoever has the highest score will move on to the final round. We are not adding in any of the scores or totals from the first round. Everybody begins with a clean slate.
This is a very good event for Kyle. Beautiful pull in by, oh!
Saved it. Covered it.
He really handled the landing, although he was way over. Both of these guys, Lance was over-rotating, and Kyle had trouble. They're probably pretty pumped up tonight. So flared circles. Oh, and up to handstand and a pirouette. And then down to a pancake. Press to handstand. He needs to hold that for 2 seconds to get the requirement of the strength value. Whip, whip. Here's his 1-legged balance, the oblique scale. You heard the bell in the background. That signals that his 50 seconds have gone by. He's got 20 more to complete it. He'll do that with no problem. And a tuck double back.
17-year-old Kyle Asano, a senior at Wilcox High School.
He was very high on this, and most importantly, he had a little too much rotation. It's a full in to a piked back. He's way up there and pulls it around just a little farther than he needed to, but he did a good job in covering up and continuing. These are the circles, double leg circles in the flared position. He's also twisting back against himself. And then he cranks it up to a handstand to a pirouette. Very difficult combination. His last tumbling run, of course, was a tuck double back. A little sloppy in the air. Could be a little cleaner.
The young man from Sunnyvale, California, Kyle Asano, gets an 8.95 in the floor exercise.